How do you
Yeah,
handle with unforeseen challenges?
information and having a positive mind.
You always think about what could happen or what if this happens and it ruins the plan. So you have always a backup plan in
Yeah,
mind. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like every set I go to, I'm always like hope for the best, hope for
Yeah.
the best,
Yeah.
expect the worst.
How is Nigerian film industry?
Because of Nigerian filmmaking is very diverse. Our narrative trend differs.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Showmakers Show, where we bring creativity to life.
So the future of content production, what do you see it is heading to? And how are you preparing yourself for it?
Like the future of content production in Nigeria and even across the world, we're getting to a place whereby the future of content production is going to be streaming platform, especially post pandemic.
Yeah.
Now you have filmmakers necessarily don't want to go to the cinema anymore. So filmmakers they want to go straight
Please streaming.
streaming platforms.
Yeah.
And the audience also it's much more convenient for the audience
Yeah.
to watch their content off streaming platforms.
Yeah.
And again, another factor there is going to the cinema is expensive for the average millennial now, working millennial. And that's the truth because some like earlier this year I went to watch Deadpool and Wolverine
Mm.
and I bought my movie ticket, bought my popcorn, bought a drink. I spent like 12,000 in one sitting. And at that point in time, the minimum wage for Nigeria was 30,000 naira. So I had spent half of the
Yeah.
minimum
Almost
wage,
half. Yeah.
almost half of the minimum wage on watching a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
And I looked back to when I was in university.
Yeah.
I would go watch a movie on Wednesday. I would sneak out from I'm like, okay, I have like 4 hours in between my class.
Yeah.
I would leave my class, go watch a movie for 1,500 naira with popcorn and drinks.
Yeah.
Because Wednesdays was the day where it was midweek, a lot of people don't go
Yeah.
to the cinema, so there was a discount
Mm-hmm.
and everything. And personally, I like watching it. I like watching go to the cinema when there are not a lot
Yeah.
of people. So because there are no side comment, no noise and everything.
No.
But
Yeah.
this as at the time when I went to the cinema, I spent like 12,000, almost half the minimum wage in Nigeria as at that time because now they've increased the
Yeah.
minimum wage to 70,000 now. But still like spending 12,000 out of 70,000 on going to the cinema, it's not a wise financial decision.
Definitely. Yeah.
Whereas you can go to you can pay for Netflix at 7,000 naira, and I get to watch Netflix for the entire month,
Yeah. Not just one movie, several.
not just one movie.
Yeah.
I can go to YouTube and I can watch as much movies as I like for free. The future of filmmaking is streaming
Streaming
platforms.
platforms. Yeah.
Yeah, because you have smart TVs,
Mm-hmm.
you have phones. Anytime outside, I see people in the public transport commuting. They're on their phone
Yeah.
watching YouTube
Yeah.
series because YouTube series is a big thing in Nigeria. A lot of Nigerians watch YouTube series because the only thing they have to worry about is data. And as time is going, data is going to get cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Smart TVs are going to get cheaper. The average person will be able to afford a smart TV.
Yeah.
And once they can do that, once that can happen, I mean, why go outside to watch a movie? Why don't I just
Yeah.
Netflix and chill?
Yeah, exactly. And when we're talking about the trends and changes in the streaming, the way people see or watch movies. So, other than that, in the side of production, producing a movie or making a movie, with the invention of like AIs, and each day there are new technological innovations out there. So what kind of changes are you expecting for the future of cinema?
Oh, for the future of cinema, I know that we would tend to use more of AI
Yeah.
as a tool. Like personally, I always tell people that because sometimes some filmmakers will say, "Oh, AI is coming to take your job." I said, "No, AI is not coming to take anybody's job. AI is not a storyteller. You are the storyteller. You are the storyteller." And we're going to start using more of AIs in drafting of script and creating of worlds. It's endless, like it's endless. But I know that AI will be part and parcel of filmmaking. And more and more, just like the same way Afrobeat is now in diaspora, like
Yeah.
Ashake sold out O2 Arena
Yeah.
and he sings in Yoruba.
Mm-hmm.
That would not have happened some years ago. But now with the help of with the way content, with the way we are consuming content, which is you can be anywhere in the world and watch anything from anywhere. We're going to have I know that we're going to
Mm-hmm.
have more content that are from the diaspora and they are going to be successful. Shogun is a very good example of that. So
Yeah.
we're going into we're going into a time when you as a filmmaker, you're no longer making just because you're in Nigeria, you're no longer making content for Nigerians anymore. Like I would tell you for a fact, most of the people that watch Netflix Netflix Niger, which is like the Netflix section of Nigeria,
Nigeria.
is are not in Nigeria. Most of the people that watch Nigerian content on YouTube
Yeah.
are not in
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Yeah. Even I stream on YouTube Nigerian comedy programs like comedy shows, Mark Angel comedy, and all of those. I'm not even
Yeah,
Nigerian. I'm not even in Nigeria. So
yeah,
I sit there and watch it. Yeah.
yeah. So we're going into that era where you
Yeah.
don't understand what he or she is saying, but you watch with your subtitle.
It's a lot of changes are gonna happen. And then as you said, AI is gonna be used as a more like a
Mm,
tool to help simplify the production,
yes,
post production and
and
pre-production side of it. Yeah.
yeah, to make it simpler, to make it faster,
Yeah.
to
So
make it
you can,
faster.
yeah, you can all focus on the creative side and all the paperwork and all the simple mistakes or editing and stuff. AI will be doing it for you. Yeah, it's true. So that's what like people are really scared about. AI is gonna take away the creative person's
Nah,
job. No, it's not.
nah, it's
No.
not. I always, and like I said, people, like I said, I said that also. Like people feel like AI is here to take their jobs. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
no, AI is not here to take your job. AI is a tool. It is now we're going to enter an era where it
Mm-hmm.
has always been like that. Movie has always been a form of storytelling. It's going to be you telling your stories with the help of AI.
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
So,
So when we're talking about movies and changes and everything, so what advice would you give to someone who is just going to start their career in filmmaking?
read about movies and watch a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Those are the two things. Read about movies, watch a lot of
Mm-hmm.
movies.
Mm-hmm.
Try to create, no matter how small,
Yeah.
No matter the position you start off as, try to create, have experiences.
Yeah.
Because I, for one thing that makes my work that makes work easy for me is the fact that I've worked on different productions
Yeah.
before I got to this place. I can say, oh, now I am an assistant director. So I've worked on numerous sets. I've seen the challenges that they face on that set. I've seen the way challenges on sets. I've took that knowledge with me, and I'm now using that said knowledge. But if I just decided that, oh, I want to become a producer one day, and if I'm a producer on nothing,
Yeah.
I won't have those experiences.
Mhm.
And I tell people that some of the best, some of the most, some of the experience, most of the best experience I had was when I was working as an intern and as a PA. Because if you're a PA and you're an intern, you belong to everybody on set.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
You belong to everybody. This person would say, tell you do this, that person will tell you do that, that person will tell you that. So you're like at that point in time, you should be like a sponge, taking everything in. And once you take when you're done taking everything in, you should also sieve out the bad and keep the good to help when you're in those situations also. So yeah, that's the advice I give everybody because
They have
really,
experiences,
on,
yeah.
yeah, on set, no knowledge is no knowledge is lost. I've had times when I had to tell my customer that why don't we do it like this? Why don't we do this? They're like, oh, that will work, and I'm like, I picked that up when I was the PA somewhere. Like somebody
Yeah.
just came up with that idea, and I'm like,
Mm.
let's do it like this.
People who are just getting into starting their career in the film industry, what do you think would help them to network with experienced filmmakers?
One of the ways I believe is try to
Yeah.
like reach out to studios, like big studios that are in Nigeria, and see whether you can like
Yeah.
go intern work there,
Mhm.
because those people or those big productions, you have experienced filmmakers there, and when you get there you can meet them. You can meet people that recognize that, oh, this person is hardworking,
Yeah.
and and all he needs is to just continue to work on his talent and he will get better. Another way it means is going to film schools in Nigeria, because we
Mhm.
have some of these experienced filmmakers who come to these film schools and be facilitators
Yeah.
there. There's a time when I got was talking with Dr. Samantha Iwowo, and I got a connect from Mr. Femi Odugbemi. And the way I got access to Femi Odugbemi was after leaving uni. After leaving uni, there is a thing you do in Nigeria where you work for like a year for like the government. Basically, government will be paying you money, but you have to work in the organization. And I wrote out to Femi Odugbemi. I reached out to Femi Odugbemi that I'm doing my service year. I would like to work with you. And I was like, okay, come on, work with me. And I worked with him for like a year. And after I needed some things. I was like, oh, okay. Dr. Samantha will work with, Samantha will can help you with this, that I would link you guys up and you guys can be talking via email. And it started from me reaching out to Femi Odugbemi and telling him that, oh, so I want to work with you. Then it went from Femi Odugbemi to Samantha. So from knowing one experienced filmmaker, I've I've gone on to know another experienced filmmaker. So that's why it's very important that you reach out to big, the not necessarily, but the more established production companies, because in the established production companies you have experienced filmmakers that can mentor you as a filmmaker that you're up and coming.
You had a really fruitful career in filmmaking and content production. So, what do you think is your biggest achievement?
Wow.
You have to think for a moment for that, right?
Earlier this year, a show I worked on won best won an AMVC award
Oh,
for best indigenous series.
oh my God.
And I've also done work. I've also had the privilege of working with Femi Odubemi, not just working with him, but working on a project with him hand in hand, a documentary on the legend himself, the Nollywood legend,
Yeah.
Olu Jacobs.
Oh.
Yeah, a documentary. So it was really working with a legend on a legend.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah, because I was working with Femi Odubini. He was the on-set director. Like he came himself to
Mhm.
direct it. So it
Yeah.
was not a thing where he was the executive producer and he was just like he was not hands-on.
Yeah.
I saw Femi Odubini carry a camera. And a lot of people I'm not very sure a lot of people can see that. I don't know carry a camera. I was like, oh, Deji, I can't recover. What are you doing there?
Yeah. So, yeah,
And
working
I now got to
legends,
work
yeah.
on a documentary on the legend Olu Jacob. Anybody that knows Olu Jacob is a Hollywood legend and also a Nollywood
Mm.
legend.
Oh my God.
It's man, it's hard. And also winning an AMVCA, it's which we didn't working on the project. We didn't. It was not that kind of project that we're like, oh, it might go on to win an award. We just
Was it
everybody just came to
like
everybody just
seeing
came.
Santa Claus seeing him?
Yeah, yeah. Everyone was like, oh, we're not going to just go make this project. And
Yeah.
next thing we realized was that,
Mhm.
oh, we're nominated for AM this year. And I'm like, wait, the project I worked on was nominated. Just being nominated already because
Yeah.
in Nigeria alone, we were like either the second highest
Mhm.
producing filmmaking industry in the world. So you know
Yeah.
for you to be nominated out of all the movies that has been made
Yeah.
in that calendar year, it was only being nominated is is a win.
Yeah.
Now going on to win the actual award,
Mhm.
it's it's hard, but I would pick working with the legend
That's a legend, yeah.
and also creating creating a documentary on the legend himself,
Was it legend? Yeah.
Olu Jacob. Like that does not happen all the time.
Yeah. So, we just talked about your biggest achievement in life. So, how do you cope with failures if it happens?
I have a coping mechanism, yeah, where I say, and it's not just filmmaking, it's life. Every failure that comes is I give myself a day,
Mhm.
one whole day, 24 hours to be sad, to be grumpy. But you see, once the sun sets and the sun rises, I move on.
Yeah.
I move on. It goes with that day. It goes with that day. The
Mhm.
next day is all right, we're back at this. Let's find a solution to we have to find a solution to what is happening. So I go from it's a switch for me that I go from being down about what just happened to finding a solution. And for me, those are two different mindsets. I stop fixating on the on what went wrong and I go into fixate it into a solution.
And I think we're towards the end of the interview. So, what is the one future project that you are really excited about right now?
I'm working on right now. I'm really excited about it. I'm done reading my script like twice, so I'm really excited about it. And I obviously I can't tell you about it.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about it. And there's another project which I worked on earlier. The story is not the typical story
Mm-hmm.
that we tell in the Nigerian space. The story is about a lady that is a stripper
Mm-hmm.
that she doesn't want to be a stripper, but she has to do it to make ends meet. And in Nigeria, we tend to shy away from telling stories that tend to be
Mm-hmm.
highly sexual
Yeah.
because of we are very Nigerian audience are really Nigerians as a whole are really conservative. Yeah, so but the thing is there are stories like that which we know happen because there are stories about look at a story like a Pretty Woman, for
Yeah.
example, about the prostitutes that met
Prostitutes,
the
yeah.
rich guy and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
But we still need to diversify our stories
Yeah.
more because there are a lot of stories that we need to tell the world. We need to tell the world the African story.
Yeah.
We need to tell the world about the African story. There's one thing I always say jokingly with my people. Yeah, I say that Hollywood is tired of Hollywood story. I feel this is my own personal opinion that Hollywood are tired of their own stories. They
Yeah.
want more stories. And it's only starting. Like it's only starting. Stories like Shogun, Parasite, um, this Viola Davis story about Africa, something woman now. I've forgotten the name of the movie right now. So yeah,
Oh, yeah, different styles of filmmaking, different languages, or using not just English, different
yeah,
language. Yeah,
no. I feel like it's not just English. I
English.
mean,
Yeah,
if because I like to also reference like music because also music is another form of content and storytelling. You have an Ashake in O2 and Arena selling out, and
yeah.
he sings in Yoruba.
Mm-hmm.
So what's not if they can go stay
Yeah,
in O2 Arena
yeah.
standing for over 2 hours
Yeah.
to listen to Ashake? What stops them from sitting down and watching your movie in your local dialect? Be it Chinese, be it Korean, be it Yoruba, be it Igbo, be it
Mm-hmm.
what really matters is storytelling. I don't see you telling your story in your dialect as I don't see it as it restricting you. I even feel like it even brings more color and helps you tell better story if you tell it with your dialect.
I'm also looking forward to your projects, and you just told me that you are planning to come to Bournemouth, and if you're ever making films in Bournemouth, I'd love to audition for the roles. If you're looking out for Indian actors.
Trust me. I, trust me, there's a story I have at the back of my mind about Indians and Nigerians because I believe that our traditions are
It's
very
yeah,
alike. very
aligned. Yeah.
colorful.
Conservative, colorful, everything.
Yeah, trust me. And in Nigeria, yeah, I have like one or two Indian friends.
Yeah.
So trust me, yeah. And so I also grew up watching. My mom made me watch a lot of Indian movies while so
Yeah.
I watched
It's
one of-
Chamak
what?
Chalo is the most popular amongst you, right? The Chamak
Yeah,
Chalo
yeah,
song,
yeah.
Shah Rukh Khan.
Shao Kahn, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
one of my personal favorites, one of
Yeah.
my personal favorite films ever made is an Indian movie. Three
Oh,
Idiots.
oh my God, Three Idiots. Yeah.
Anytime you
Oh,
play Three Idiots, it is a blend, it's a good story with
yeah.
a good blend of
Yeah.
drama, comedy,
Mhm.
adventure,
Everything together.
everything coming together.
Yeah.
It's Three Idiots is for
Yeah.
me one of my personal best.
Oh,
One of my personal bets.
oh. Nice to hear that. Like Nigerians are really fond of Indian movies because I have a few
Yeah,
friends
oh,
here as
no,
well. They always
no,
like,
trust
yeah.
me. Back in the day when we used to like have like home videos,
Yeah.
a lot of ladies love, oh god, especially
Yeah.
the romance in
Yeah.
Indian movies. My god, Shao Kahn, like oh,
Mhm.
my mom and my sister, they made sure
Oh, you watch it. Oh,
I watched Indian movies back in the days.
yeah.
Even though sometimes I always feel like the
If
movies were
only I knew
long.
the language. Yeah.
There was that, and even though I did the language, I could, but subtitle was there to help. Subtitle was there
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
help.
Yeah.
Subtitle was there to help, and those in between dance routines. Oh my
Yeah.
god,
It's like colorful and everything.
colorful and everything.
Yeah. It was really nice talking to Adedeji, and
Same
you
here, same
shared
here,
all
same here.
your experiences, the way you started your career, the way you sustained, and your experiences and your achievements working with Olu J Cloud. It was a whirlwind of emotions, your film career. I hope the people who hear this interview, who listen to this interview, they find your journey really as an inspiration for their career to start off. We're really honored to have you, and thanks a lot. And I wish you all the best for your future two projects that are coming. And how did you feel the whole interview? How was the experience?
It was different for what I'm used to. I'm used to being behind the camera, not being in
Yeah,
front of the camera.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I can't remember the last time I
yeah,
was like in front of the camera. Like I always tried to shy away from the
yeah,
camera. It's not one of my. I don't think it's one of my strengths. I'm that guy. I'm the guy who say
yeah,
action, cut.
yeah. I get you. Yeah, I get you. But thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for coming and
You're
giving us this
welcome. You're
interview.
welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks also for having me. Thanks also having me. I know
Mhm.
being on here was with my schedule
Yeah.
and everything, being in
Yeah.
pre-production.
Yeah.
It
Honest.
was
Yeah.
a bit chaotic for me, but I'm like, nope. I cannot
Yeah.
disappoint
Oh,
because I'm not just doing this for myself. I'm not doing it.
yeah.
I'm doing it basically, like you said, to be able to
Yeah.
inspire the next set of
Yeah.
filmmakers that are coming after me.
Yeah.
That are
Oh,
coming after me. It's very,
yeah.
very, very, very important because I know how hard it is for me to enter into the film industry. There was nobody, there was nowhere, there was no YouTube then, and there was nobody to
Yeah.
tell us this is how you should enter the film industry.
Yeah.
I was just that young kid that was
Yeah.
at home, nothing to do, bored, and I'm like, you know what? Let
Mhm.
me see whether let me just try this thing out. And
Yeah.
years
Really nice.
later, I can call myself a filmmaker.
Yeah. You are fantastic.